Okay, so welcome back. Today's gonna be kind of not necessarily a plan with me, more like I guess a journal video, I guess you would say. What I do with a lot of my writing notes, I'm sorry, I'm picking at things on the side of this. One thing I do to kind of keep up with a lot of different little tidbits and notes for my writing while I'm kind of in the midst of actual writing is I keep a little journal. And so what I've done is converted this mini happy planner into kind of a writing journal of sorts. And today I'm just going to go ahead and jot in a few notes that I've been collecting as I've been going through and editing the book I'm currently working with. So I have a few like random cutouts that I'm going to be adding in here, and then some jotted notes that I'm just going to be adding in here. But basically what I do is I keep this mini happy planner that I've converted to be a writing planner, and I have an assortment of stickers that I kind of keep in this file folder thing for a happy planner, just so they're on hand, because a lot of these are the stickers I mainly use for like all my writing and stuff. So just to keep them in a convenient spot, I stuck them in here. Also, sometimes I pull from this little crate right here, which is basically just a collection of extra stickers from weekly kits and stuff that I use. So that's all the things I use. But yeah, this is kind of the layout. I use the note pages from the beginning of each month to kind of write out kind of my goals for that particular month. I've finished 2 chapters. Yeah. These stickers right here are happy planner stickers. This is a clipboard sticker from Creative Cavern Studios. This is also from Creative Cavern Studios. This Get It Done sticker is from my own shop, as well as these 2 stickers right here, which I specifically made to fit into a mini happy planner. And basically to keep my writing goals for each month and just a random story note for whatever I'm working with at the time. So right here, this is just a note about the world I'm working with, because I'm currently writing a high fantasy. And I really love this particular happy planner design. Like, I'm absolutely in love with it. I own 2 of the minis in this particular one right here, and I have the classic happy planner in the same design because I think it's beautiful. Especially this holographic like patterns it's using, whatever. Moving on. For the month, I kind of had like a slow moment trying to think what on earth I could do for the monthly spreads, since I'm not necessarily planning right now. I'm doing a lot more editing than actual planning, so I'm mainly just taking notes. So what I did was just write down whether or not I've edited or written anything that particular day. And as you can see, this past week, all I've done is edit work. So these little date numbers right here are part of a, and this right here, they're part of a little kit I sell in my shop as well. It's basically just a blank layout with your monthly numbers and month, day, titles, you know, I'm losing my words, that you can purchase to fill in blank little planner spreads like this. And here's an example of kind of just some random scribbles. Pretty much anything can go anywhere. And this was kind of what I've jotted down in this last week, but I'm not going to keep using this page. I think I'm going to save this more for some agent type jottings when I get there. But these agent info glitter headers are from my shop, as well as the glitter word written. And then this is me just writing things down badly. Okay, so we're going to start with a blank spread. This is what a blank spread looks like in this happy planner. It's not dated, which I really like because it kind of gives me the freedom to just scribble down whatever I want, whenever I want. But to kind of blank out the days of the weeks here, because they kind of sometimes distract me when I'm jotting down notes. So what I've done is I've printed out, I don't know if you can see these, just random like white strip labels that you can use to cover up the days. Like that. And you can either leave your little tie-dye strip, or you can cover it up too. all personal preference. I don't sell these in my shop. I just have them to use them like this because this is pretty much the only use I have for them. But it just gives me a way to kind of blank everything out so I can start with a clean slate whenever I come to jot down notes. Okay, so we are now starting with a blank slate, and do I want to go ahead and pull out stickers I think I'll use, or just kind of take it as I go? Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of stickers I'll be using, but we'll see as we go. So how do I want to do this? I have some pictures here of random things for my story, like I said, which are high fantasy, so you'll see a lot of just odd things coming into play. And then I have some kind of scribbled notes. So I think I'll add in the pictures first, so I just know where things are going to go there. And I tried to make these pictures small, but then at the same time, you know, this mini happy planner is just so small in itself that most of these pictures are probably going to take up a lot of this spread. But we're just going to live with it. Yeah, we'll start towards the top. So I have a character who's able to shift into a type of animal. And as I'm editing my novel, I'm currently on draft number 3 for the current novel I'm working on. I'm changing what he can shift into, because he originally could shift into something like, not into something like, he could originally shift into a raven. And, you know, for me, I just think every time you have a story where a character can shift into a blackbird, people pick either the raven or the crow, or they just call it a blackbird because they're so common. But these particular birds right here, grackles, are what they are called. They are literally called grackles, if you don't know. I think a lot of people see them. They just don't know what they're called. They call them blackbirds themselves. But I have like a swarm of them that like to live in my backyard. And these colors, black and blue, are significant to this character who can shift into a bird. So during my editing, I'm changing the fact that he can become a blackbird or a raven to he turns into a grackle. So his name is Lewis. Lewis can shift into a grackle. And those are some of the kind of random notes that I'm going to put into here. These headers right here, these is pretty much a used up page. This strip right here was all those agent info glitter headers that are on this back page, like that. So these are the glitter headers that were in this line. Then I have a story plot header just to jot down a note about something happening in the main plot line. Character info for things like this where, you know, there's a particular note about a character. Or a story note, just either something significant has happened in the story that I want to remember, or it's foreshadowing something that's going to happen later that I want to also remember. So that's why I made these different little writing on them, glitter headers for it, just so they pop out better on the page. So I know there's character info right here to remember. Next, I might add in the dragon. This is a really big dragon picture. Maybe I should trim it. These pictures aren't any high quality or anything. I literally just kind of speedily printed them out on my non-sticker printer, which is one that just, it doesn't do images fantastically, but I didn't really care. As long as I know what it's a picture of, it doesn't have to be high quality for this particular thing. Am I out of glue dots? Oh, I'm out of glue dots. Momentary pause. If you're kind of interested in the high fantasy that I'm writing, the way I've described it is think Iron Fae, if you've ever read that by Julie Kagawa, meets Game of Thrones. So the story note for this is, all of my glue dots broke, so we're pulling out the double-sided tape, which is its own demon in itself. And this right here is not a part of the story just yet. It's just a thing that I've come across while doing some just fantasy type creature research. I'm going to break this sticker, and I did. That I want to make a note of for later use because it might come into play. And I don't want to forget about it. I love these stickers, but they're so bendy, and I'm always breaking them. Like, I just don't know how to work them. This little magical creature here is called an Elhom. And I think that's all that's literally going to fit on this page, unless I want to. These are called a Baramon. So that's just something that folds out to read when I need it. I always think little pocket things like that are cute. I don't think I'm going to fit anything else on this page, but maybe I'll add some deco of some sort. Like generic Write laptop. These are available in my shop. I'll just add one of these maximum caffeination stickers, which are a retired sticker from my shop. They're not for sale anymore, but they're still kind of cute now and then. Because writers love caffeine. Okay, this next side. Actually, before I go to this next side, I might go back one page. I said I was going to use this for... So I really want to cover this up. Or do I? I'm sorry if the light keeps shifting. It's cloudy outside, so the sun keeps kind of going in and out. So I think I'm going to put this here and then fold it up. This is just a list of 23 emotions people feel but can't explain. And it doesn't necessarily have any significance to this story, but I like the words and I thought maybe it could come in handy later on. Like, kinopsia is an emotion that my characters feel at one point. Whether I would actually use that word in the story, I don't know, because, I mean, one of the things about writing is you don't necessarily want to write to where all your words are like things people don't understand, because then people don't want to read you. And case in point, if you've ever picked up an original Edgar Allan Poe story, he used really big words, and I don't know why. I would love to ask him, but I don't think I'll ever have the chance. Ooh. I'll throw my tape everywhere. Okay. So, maybe I guess I'll put this here. Is that there? Maybe I'll put it over here. It just keeps going on with these pictures, so I'll just put this in here. This is going to be a character info piece. And this next thing going down is story plot. But I want to make this kind of different looking. So I think I'm going to dig in my sticker thing real quick. Okay. I think I'm just going to pull some pieces out of this old Bright Paisley kit, which is a kit from my shop actually. So, let's just make it more interesting looking. And I don't have fancy penmanship. So, if you came looking for that, you're not going to find it. And it seems now the sunlight has completely shifted. And my window's actually closed, like the blinds are closed and everything, so I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Okay. So, this note right here coincides to me having to change something somewhere else. And I guess I'll show you that, which means I have to turn the camera. Okay, so this right here is the map of the fantasy world I'm working in. Okay, and it's got just some random things stuck around it because it's slowly being built up as I'm editing this novel one more time. I had another wall of stuff, basically right here. And yeah, this is where the first little thought process went out. I originally was like scribbling down the map literally on the wall, like with the pencil. It's my house, I can do what I want. But I need something more detailed. So, right after my last edit, I put together this. And I have a whole video of me drawing it out and kind of putting it together that I'm going to eventually edit and put up for y'all to see. But this is the fantasy world I'm working in. And one of the little notes that I just made on my journal coincides to me having to put something new on the map that wasn't there before. So that's another little process thing I do as a writer. This map is slowly getting filled in with other little details. So basically, yeah. I discovered a new type of magical creature that is going to have an effect in my story, and they needed kind of their own place to hang out. So when I wrote down a note about them, I didn't know like where in the world they were going to be. But we're going to give them a spot now, so we're just going to fill that in. But I don't know what I should call it. Oh gosh. That's like a whole nother thing in itself. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with those details. This is not easy to write on while it's curved on the ceiling. Yeah, it's kind of my process. Those are only the few little jotted notes I had to fill in so far today. Maybe when I start editing a bit more, I'll get some more things I want to add in, and I'll just keep filling it in. I don't know yet whether I want to confine myself to the space of a month. So it's currently May 5th, which means, you know, all the notes I'd write down in May should go in this May section. Or if I just want to keep flipping and fill it in. I don't know. But, yep. This is my little writer's journal. I'll probably do another video on that when I accumulate some more little notes that I'm going to be putting in. Usually I kind of put them in as I go, but recently I've just been jotting them down to stick them in today. So, I hope you enjoyed this video as kind of another form of a plan with me, I guess, or journal video. I do have another plan with me coming up soon, and also my video, which I've already filmed, of me creating the world I showed you. Hopefully that'll be up and going sometime soon. But until then, I will see you in the next video.